Good morning. It is 10 o'clock and we are here for the Life program. My name is Rachel Hugenberg. I'm the hostess of this program, and we are here today with the fantastic Diona West, who is our circulation manager. And she is here to discuss with us today do-it-yourself spa products and self-care. I know that's kind of the thing when we're all hanging out in quarantine at home. That's something that I really miss. Is spa days. So the idea of being able to do it at home is something that I get really excited about. So Diona, if you would.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen, which of course I lost again. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry, you guys were in my way. Okay, so basically I took a take on a DIY spa day in 2 different ways because you can do it to fit your time frame and what you like. So creating your own spa at home, I think, can be really easy, and definitely that's the whole point of a spa, is just to relax. So remember, we're just relaxing. And of course, everybody deserves a few minutes to relax, even if it's you only have 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or hey, if you get an actual hour out of your day that you can relax, take it. But if it's just a few minutes, like this little picture, I love a good essential oil just to like rub on my forehead, or just smells. It just kind of calms me. And like I said, I like this little quote: take a deep breath, inhale peace, exhale happiness. Because for me in 2021, it's all about peace and happiness. Okay, so starting my, as it says, Serene Spaces, you have to pick a place for your spa day, or even it's just your relaxation time. I've listed out 3 areas of where you could do this, and this is all up to you. For the first one is a bath, which is, run yourself a hot bath, try one of your favorite bath bombs, grab a book, your favorite show. The picture that you guys see is not my bathroom. It's just a picture I found because I thought it looked really pretty. And if I like taking baths, this is exactly how I would want to do it. I find baths for me to be very hot, almost like a sauna, and they're not relaxing for me, but I know a lot of people love them, so that's why I added it. But I do find like those little bath bombs, even if you don't like a bath like I don't, but I like taking a nice shower, you can always use those bath bombs and just put them at the bottom of your bathtub and let them dissolve and kind of get that aroma smell in, and just kind of relax, even standing up in the shower or just sitting down, because sometimes I just like to just sit down in the shower and let the water run, so I'm not completely in hot water and feeling like I'm this big red bubble or something. But whatever relaxes you. One of my favorite places is actually just relaxing in the living room. I'll grab a book, a face mask, take a few deep breaths, just kind of find my centering. And it's really nice when you are alone, which I know for a lot of us, it's hard to find that alone time because we have people in the house. Like I have my sister and a 7-month-old at home, my niece. So it's hard during the day to find some alone time. And if my niece takes a 20 or 30-minute nap, that's called alone time. On the couch in the middle, just sitting there in quiet, and it's the best thing at times. But my all-time favorite place to relax is actually the patio. I love going outside on my patio and like everything includes grabbing a book. You can't go wrong with a good relaxing book, honestly. And just enjoying that breeze. Like right now, I'm looking outside. I'm in the library, in our upstairs meeting room, and there's no breeze going, but I can just tell the air it just looks really nice and cool. Which right now, if I didn't have to be at work, I would totally be trying to work on the patio. So when I think of spa days, I also think of what do I have in my cabinet? What can I use that I don't have to go buy? And these 3 ingredients are the best thing ever. Quick oats, honey, coffee, any that you have. And you could probably use the banana that's back there as well too for a face mask or something like that. But you all have, I know we all have these things in our cabinets or something that you can actually create your spa day with. I focused in on masks and like facial care really for my spa day, which is typically what I do. But you can do a whole body day as well. So what we did was basically I created 3 different face masks. I created a coffee mask, and the coffee mask helps with clearing your skin. It also can be used on your whole body. A couple of years ago, I did a live presentation on DIY body health-wise type stuff, and the coffee scrub is really nice for your skin as well. When you go into the shower and just kind of rub it all over you and then rinse it off. I will say at that time, I was okay with the smell of coconut oil. Now I really can't take it. So that's why I do oil for anything if it includes it or not. But if you do make one for your body and use it in the shower, be careful because it is very slippery. With the coffee mask, it's just a very nice, it's a nice smell because I love coffee. I think most of us love coffee. And then honey just gives it a nice texture as well, but it's really good for your skin too. And then the oatmeal face mask, this was a request from my sister, my youngest sister, who was here over Christmas. And it's a little thinner in the picture because instead of using the quick oats and just combining them with the honey, I actually grounded it up because I use ground up oatmeal as a flour as well. So it's like a multi-purpose thing for me because I don't particularly like to eat oatmeal, but I do buy it for oatmeal flour and to use on my face. And then yesterday, actually, I added in this lip scrub because my lips have been really dry lately, which goes along with my skin too because of this weather changing. We go from cold to hot to who knows what it is here in Houston. And for some reason, my lips are just cracking and peeling. And I was talking to my sister, and I was like, I need a lip scrub. She was like, well, you can make one. I'm like, you know what? I sure can. So I got up last night and actually made a lip scrub, and this one was really good. My sister said, she was like, you can add coffee, and I was like, no, but I really didn't like the smell of just smelling oil, which is just the extra virgin olive oil. So I added coffee in there, mainly because I was too lazy to squeeze a lemon. But the lemon would be really good because of the smell, or an essential oil that you like as well. Or you can even add food coloring to change up the color. I will say the lip scrub, I've done it before and used it. And if you do it like 2 to 3 times a day, like in a row, like 2 to 3 days straight, it does really help your lips and make them a lot smoother than just your normal chapstick. So those DIYs, they take a little time and you really want to enjoy what you've created. So I would say those are more like I have 2 to 3 hours and I want to spend a little more time with my just relaxation. Now, does anybody have any questions before I go on to the next one?
Sorry, we've had a comment that peppermint oil sounds like it would work really well in the lip scrub.
Yes, for sure. For sure. Anything else, Rachel? Okay. So if you're short on time, like have an hour, or you have, as I say, you've bought a lot of products. Like I feel like all of us during this quarantine, we've bought a lot of things on Amazon, things that we look cool and we're going to use, but we still have not used them. On top of the stuff that if you order boxes, like I order the FabFitFun box, and I used to order the Birch box, so I've got a lot of little sample things that I'm like, oh, that looks really good, I'm going to use it. Now is the best time to start using it. You can carve out 20-30 minutes, or if you get an hour, I keep saying an hour would be really nice, but don't always get those. What me and my sister decided to do was, as you can see, I have tons of face masks, and those aren't all the face masks that I have, just a few. All of them, I don't think I bought any of those face masks. They actually just came in like boxes that I've ordered, or people have given them to me. There's a foot spa wrap thing in there, which is amazing. It like comes out like gloves and everything. You put it on your feet and just kind of wrap it up. And of course it's in lavender, because lavender is my favorite scent. So we started out with that, and we did like one of the face masks that covers your whole entire face, but we were relaxing so much that we forgot to take a picture of that one. And then we have, of course, there's no spa day without a little mani-pedi and without a cute little 7-month-old to help you do your mani-pedi, and who wants hers done as well, but of course she doesn't get it done. But I think she enjoys it because she gets to sit with us and hang out. And one of my favorite go-tos just on any given day, even if it is just work, these little eye masks for the puffiness, you can honestly put those on while you're working at home. So while you're at your computer at your desk during your 8 to 5, you could totally just put that on and just sit there and work. I wouldn't say do it if you have a meeting with somebody, but if it's just you, put it on, and it really does help with the puffiness. And I talk really fast, so sorry.
Actually, which eye mask is that you're using for the puffiness?
That one it's this one, it's the one next to the black. I will have to send you the actual name of it, but I actually got that one out of a FabFitFun box. It was one of the samples. I think it was from the winter sample, actually, so it's a pretty new one. It was a little weird because they had little extra pieces that wouldn't come off, but they're really cool. It's like this cold water that just kind of sits on your face. And my sister was like, I don't have puffiness. And I was like, I don't care, still do it. So, because I do, and we're 10 years apart. You'll get puffiness eventually. But yeah. And yeah, I talked really fast. Oh, sorry. And then I think one of the main things that I got out of just being relaxed is your calm mind is the ultimate weapon against your challenges. So relax. And while talking to Rachel and Valerie before the program started, it made me remember also your mental health is also a spa day in itself. Because if your mental health isn't there, then you're not going to be able to enjoy a spa day. You won't be able to enjoy a expensive spa day. You won't be able to enjoy your stay-at-home spa day. So just remember that we all deserve to have some really great mental health, even if it is just chalking out 5 minutes a day to take a deep breath and say it's okay. Okay, any questions? Because I said I talk really fast. Or does anybody else have any like things or tips that they use to do anything?
Okay, so what I've done is I've given people permission to unmute themselves so that they can join in the conversation. One of the things you'd mentioned earlier was using apps to kind of help out with the spa day. Are there any ones that are particularly your favorites?
Like we were talking about with the Headspace, I think that one's really good. I'm very big on ocean sounds and wind. So when I go to sleep, I have to turn on, I hear ocean and wind, and I actually purchased Sleep Jar for my Alexa to like play throughout the night, and my sister does it as well. So I that's my preference. I know some people just have to sleep very quietly, but I know the Headspace is really good, even if it is just sitting kind of quietly, like 5 minutes a day. I'm trying to think if I have any other apps that I use other than that.
I've used Calm before, and that one's pretty good. It's another paid app, but it has meditation, it has short stories for sleep, it has just sounds and exercises that are intended to help you breathe. Because I know taking a minute to breathe right now is just like, exactly. It's a bit of a challenge, I think.
Yes.
Leah has asked you, do you know anything for hands?
So Leah, I in the picture there's that foot mask like to put on your feet. I also like those that like the gloves that they have as well, to put on and just kind of hang out for a bit and use like to kind of absorb the softness of your skin and everything. I was looking into making like one of those masks for your hands or like the paraffins or something that you can kind of DIY with, but I just didn't get around to doing it. I will definitely try and do that and let you know how it goes. But like right now with the weather being so bad, and especially since we all have to we're all washing our hands way more than we did before. I am finding that my hands are super, super dry. So I just kind of go into my niece's Aquaphora lotion because it's super thick. And then I also use, I never say his name right, but I think that's how you spell his name. I think that's how you spell his name. I'll have to look for sure. I use his products and he has really good hand cream.
Mario Busco. Yeah.
Okay,
a lot of his stuff I think you can buy at
Here we
Ulta.
go. Yes, it's A-D-E.
I think that's how you pronounce it. That's my guess at it. He does have a really nice hydrating facial mask. Yes.
He's got a lot of really good products. So I use a lot of his products, and I also use I started using products by this company. They're actually Black owned. So I'm very big on Black owned products and stuff too. And her products are really nice as well. So I go between hers and then the Mario products most days if I'm not going to DIY something.
Yeah, because part of doing it yourself is knowing when to acquire things, because I know we all have kind of a shortness on time, so you want to spend your time relaxing.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Leah, one of the things that comes to mind from my experience is O'Keefe's working hands. Since my dad is an OR nurse and he also does corporate rehabbing old houses, his hands are completely like cracking, literally, and we'll use O'Keefe's on them and it will help. With him, I'm not sure if it's entirely a fix, but it's a start. Aquifer, though, is amazing, especially
Yes.
for dry skin. Okay, so do we have any other spa questions for Diona?
I'm also very big on essential oils. I love essential oils, and like I said, my favorite actually are lavender, and like Rachel's commenting, mint. Mint is really good too, even if it's not, like if you have a headache or something like that. It's really nice to like put at the back of your neck, um, to help with that minty smell. But lavender, when they say it calms you, it really does just kind of say, stop thinking of stuff. It's just you. It'll be okay. And even for like sleeping.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple of quick feedbacks here. Usha is saying, I'm for sure going to try the coffee grounds as a scrub before my shower. And Valerie has said, please tell us about essential oils for depression, because that's something that comes up a lot. We're also getting, where's your place to get any essential oils? Because I know some people make their own. I don't know if that's something that you do or do you purchase?
I've never made my own essential oils. I actually just buy it on Amazon and go for reviews and like what's cheaper, because essentially you don't have to spend a lot of money for essential oil or for anything, honestly. Um, there's some really nice essential oil like diffusers and everything as well. I typically just have like a little jar that's on my nightstand, and I just kind of smell it and maybe dab some on it. I did have a little lavender roller at one time that someone who worked at a spa actually gave me. Um, so there's those as well. And the rollers are pretty nice too.
Yeah.
Uh,
And if you struggle with headaches, I don't know if anybody else here gets really bad headaches or migraines. There are some easy to purchase online essential oil sticks online that are really nice and helpful.
yes, I will honestly say, Valerie, I'm not up on essential oils for depression. I will say I do get a tad bit of anxiety every now and then. And once again, my lavender helps with that. Um, for depression, I think it's a bit different. I'm not sure if you, being in nursing school, know a little bit more on that, Valerie.
She says that makes sense. And
they didn't teach us about anything essential oils, and I like to learn what I can, because there's definitely patients who are coming in with a variety of things that they're doing. And so if I know what's going on in the essential oils world, then I can kind of be able to guide them on what sort of interactions might be happening with other medications they're taking, and things like that.
Yeah. Like Leah said, Young Living. I actually have a friend who used to sell Young Living essential oils, and they're actually a really good brand who works well with all different kind of mental health, and just kind of knowing like, hey, use this oil for you're trying to lose some weight. Try and use this oil. You're having a bit of depression. Try and use that. Um, so maybe with them and just kind of doing our research on different oils, I really haven't done that. Sorry.
yeah. Tea tree oil, yes. Tea tree oil gets a lot of clout. It's used in a lot of hair products,
I
actually.
would say hair. Tea tree oil really helps with dry scalp.
And with like smoothing it out, and I think some humidity fighters. Rose oil does the same thing. Argan.
Yeah, I was going to say rosemary oil and tea tree oil together. I have a dry scalp, so in my shampoo, it actually does have rosemary and tea tree oil inside. So it kind of gives it that minty, but helps my hair stay healthy. Helps it kind of hydrates it as well and helps with the flakiness too.
Leah's chimed in about depression, lavender, chamomile, sacred frankincense, cedarwood, and bergamot. Those are just a few.
Those are really good. I know oh, you have a book. That's good, Leah.
And we have many books about this actually that you can check out. I've had
Yes.
some time to look up some of the do-it-yourself spa things because I'm missing my spa time very badly right now. If I'll admit, I am one of those ladies who loves her nail salon. So quarantine,
Yes.
it's been a bit of a challenge. So I've been learning to do it yourself manicure, pedicure, that sort of thing. So it's always really good when we have, videos or books that are of interest. Leah, you're being asked about the title of the book. Also, surprisingly, someplace you can find a lot of essential oils pocket reference. That sounds fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for a lot of kind of more do-it-yourself homespun spa products, oddly enough, farmers market and some of the local honey places are really great for that. There's a local honey place out in Tomball that sells a wonderful lip balm.
Oh, that's nice.
Honey has both purifying and healing properties, so it seals in the germs and has antibiotic properties.
I was gonna say with the nails, I'm very big on getting my nails done and everything, and I tried to not go, but my nails break really easily. So my nail salon actually started selling the dip powder and everything on its own. So we bought some of that, and I suck, just completely suck at doing my own nails. I will paint my skin. It's not relaxing. I don't know how to do it. But my sister does. So like my nails right now, my sister did my nails the other day with our spa day and the dip, and then she painted my toes too. So I think it's relaxing for her because she likes doing it. At least I hope it is. But yeah, you could totally do your nails and everything at home too after your little mask and for your hands and your feet. Any book recommendations? I've actually seen a few, Rachel, that we do own, and they're always the older ones or the ones that have actually like been used a whole lot. And I know we had a few that were actually called DIY spa days. But of course, I don't think about these things. I did not pull them, but I can definitely grab some and write down some titles to give to Rachel so that she can add them to her email when she sends them out.
So we do have one that looks really good by Stacy MacArthur, and that one is Spa Apothecary. We do have a girls' homemade spa lab, so there are things that if you want to do with your kids or your nieces or nephews, or if you're babysitting, or if you're even just looking for more simplified recipes, those might be a good choice. Clean Skin from Within is another one. Fizz Boom Bath is how to make your own bath bombs. I do not go to the Tomball Farmers Market, but I do go to the one that comes to Jersey Village because that's pretty close to me. And a lot of the farmers market product is pretty much the same folks coming to different things. Fantastic. Awesome. Yes. And so that's actually how I've gotten to know it a bit, is because I've met and talked with different sellers, and sometimes they will have essential oils. There have been people who have sold baked goods that are safe to eat that have, they say, some kind of healing help. Honey is definitely been touted, especially for allergies as well, which I have. So local honey is a big deal for me. one of the things that I like to do is there's a lot of beauty bloggers and vloggers out there on Instagram that make their own products, and kind of watching how they do things or what tools that they use. Because I know there's little, Band-Aid style nail wraps that actually keep you from going over your nail that Sally Hansen makes.
Yeah, and I don't think it's one of those things where you don't want to stress about it. It should be super easy and relaxing. Like sometimes I look at those videos and I'm like, oh no, that's too much work. Like, oh, I can't do that. It's too, or it's just too many ingredients. But I'm very big on just, hey, like 3 or 4 ingredients and I should be good to go. I don't want to put like Rose on the spot, but I know like Rose and her daughter, they do a lot of different things. So I know that her daughter loves to paint nails. And I wish I could go to Rose's house so that Nora could paint my nails, because I feel like that would be really relaxing for me. And see, you guys make bath bombs. I knew you guys did something like that too, because you guys are very crafty over there.
So, I was just curious, where did you learn to make bath bombs? So that's a very on-trend thing right now, and it can be a little pricey when you're heading out to, go purchase your beauty supplies.
I've seen some on Pinterest. Oh, your sister sent you a kit.
Nice. So you can actually buy kits to do this kind of thing too.
I feel like that's just another purchase on Amazon that we all want to make.
Yeah. Pinterest, though, is a really good place for do-it-yourself self-care, especially in the spa type of zone. Okay, so Rose is saying that the bath bombs have a lot of baking soda and oils and hemp oils. Some people have been purchasing massagers to use because you can't go out and get massage at this point. It's not very expensive to make your own bath bombs. I'm guessing it's pretty easy and simple to do. I'm a big fan of, I'm a little old school, I like Dr. Teal's lavender bath salts. So if the extra baking soda is irritating for you, the bath salts might be a really good option, or even just some of the bubble baths. If you're a bath person, there's also shower bombs now too that are made specifically for people who enjoy a good shower instead of a bath. Yes.
But I do agree. I like the little bath salts too. I do have a bag of those, and I can every now and then I'll sprinkle them at the bottom of the shower and let the shower get really hot before I get in, and it just kind of brings up that whole smell of course, once again, it's lavender. It's always lavender with me. If you go to my house, it's lavender. If you ask me what I'm using, it's lavender. You'll just get sick of lavender. Lavender for me is everything.
Yeah. One of the things to kind of keep in mind when you're making your own spa products, and this was brought up to me because I bought an essential oil diffuser, was that it's actually really not good for if you have cats or, that kind of animal, because they breathe differently than we do, because obviously, as you can see here. Okay, you can't see her because she's afraid of disappearing, but that was intended to be Mimi, my cat. And so we actually switched from the oils to keeping the scent sticks that Target sells for just putting a little extra scent in the house and an extra bit of calm to things. I've also heard that color is a big deal in terms of mood and how it affects you. So, it's very individual, I think, with scent and color and that sort of thing.
Yes, and I just remembered that, a lot of people, since the quarantine has started, have started their own businesses, from little things that the crafts that they've done and everything like that. My cousin actually started a business. On top of that, she's a nurse as well with like 4 kids. I don't know how she has the time for this. But she makes essential oil candles, which are really, really nice. And they're all with all organic ingredients and everything. So I would say if you're a candle lover like I am, look into the organic candles, and they're not that expensive. They're more expensive than, say, your typical just regular candle, but they are really nice and they last a long time.
Valerie is asking, have you ever made your own soap?
No. And I haven't, because my face is very sensitive. So when you talk about making your own soap, they really add a lot of different fragrances in them, which break me out, which is why I stick to things like coffee and oatmeal and honey, because they don't have a really perfumey smell or anything like that. And probably why I stick to lavender too, instead of all the other like really, really fragrant things, because like I can't even use Bath and Body Works soap or lotion, like body wash type stuff, because then that scent just goes to my face and it just goes.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I have never made my own soap, though I have made candles. It
A little
can
messy too.
be a bit of a process, yes. They turned out really nice. We gave them nice Christmas gifts, but they definitely can take up a lot of space and heat up your house pretty quick. So, but the nice thing about soap is there are so many people. Yeah, Jen's saying I made soap once for a 6th grade science project. That was enough. Rose is saying they do make candles. The molds are fun. Yeah, because you can make them look like anything if you have the right mold, which, if you're into really quirky things, or if you want a more classic style or a certain scent, that would be a really great thing to have. One of the things to think about with soaps and other body products is if you're wanting to go more towards the artisanal side of things, there's always farmers market, and there are a lot of places that sell local products. So sometimes you will actually find stuff at the bigger HEBs, which was a surprise to me, but they're super into the Made in Texas. So you might see them in the Made in Texas section. Right now, Etsy is doing a lot of focus on self-care products and spa products. Yes, that you can purchase through craft business owners who, these are people who do it professionally, who have some experience. So if you're wanting certain products like soap, maybe that might be the road to go.
Interesting.
Jen says that she's gotten into Aleppo soaps. Rachel says her husband likes to buy different soap on Etsy.
I do have a question for you ladies. I know maybe half of you guys have kids. Do you guys find time for just a relaxation at least once a week, or does that not happen? If it does, how do you do it? I know Rachel has a baby at home like I do, so do you get that time at all?
Rose has said no. Valerie has said she leaves the house and goes for solo hikes. Rose has said driving to work was my break.
Okay.
Not being a parent myself, I can't really speak to that one, but Rachel E., who has a little boy named Victor, is saying she gets relaxation after Victor goes to sleep. I use the massager I bought before I sleep. I like to look back at videos of Victor laughing before bed.
Okay,
those of us that don't have cute baby videos, they're pretty easy to find on the internet, or cute puppy and kitten videos if that's more your shtick. Or you could ask friends.
And for anybody else who doesn't have kids, but you live with other people, can you find that time away? Because I know for me, before my niece came, I feel like sometimes my sister wants us to always spend time together. And I'm like, kind of just want to be by myself right now. And I know sometimes she kind of just wants to be by herself too. Do you guys find that time, or have you tried to find that time for yourselves as well?
Yeah, sometimes. I'm a very big fan of certain TV shows that my significant other is not a fan of. So sometimes I will watch those while I'm doing my face mask and just kind of hanging out. But Rachel E. has said watching videos of babies laughing is a great mood elevator.
I will say, I think that is probably one of the best things for me is if I feel a little down or something, I can look over and look at my niece if she's up, or if not, look at a picture or look at my friends who have kids. Like they send me videos, and babies are a really good mood changer. If you like babies. If you don't like babies, then it's probably animals.
Yeah,
it's just whatever you like. You can't push people on kids here, but little dogs are really cute if they do things. I like a good penguin video. But yeah, I agree.
And there are actually playlists on YouTube of things that are intended to be really relaxing and kind of charming of animals or kids. We're not counting the Charlie Bit My Finger video and that. But things that just make you laugh and kind of lighten things up a little bit. It is actually proven that if you laugh more, you live longer. So it relieves stress tension. So for me, I like watching a lot of stand-up comedians on Netflix. That is something that sometimes I consider a form of self-care, but it's not necessarily a spa thing. Yes, that's a good point. Leah says that she doesn't do the spa stuff, but walking her dogs is relaxing. Just kind of getting out there and taking a break out in the fresh air.
Yeah, I enjoy a good walk, and like in the weather like this, I really enjoy just going out, deep breaths, just walk, kind of clear your mind. This would be a good time to actually like have the headspace. And if not, like for me, I like walking and I'll listen to my book or I'll listen to some gospel music, and it just kind of puts me in a different headspace and takes me out of whatever I was in before to where I can just come back with a new headspace. And I think that's all that we really ask for, is just maybe if you find yourself not in a good place, it's always good to just kind of move, maybe go outside, take a deep breath, or, just close your laptop for like 5 minutes while you're working at home and just like watch a good video, like grab your phone and watch a comedy skit real quick or something like that, just to kind of de-stress things.
One of my favorite things is gel masks. So if you really are into sustainable, I guess, multiple use things, then gel masks that you can put in the fridge or the freezer are really great for kind of calming down, and especially if you struggle a lot with eye strain, because I know we're all a little close to the computer right now. That's something that really helps. Taking a quick walk around the block or snuggling with the cat definitely reduces work stress. I agree with that, Jen. Rachel E. mentioned something, which is we do actually have a bunch of awesome stress boosters, stress breakers that you can look into on our finals week guide. One of the things that I like to do is kind of a meditative activity is I like Happy Color. Melanie, who's another one of our librarians, recommended the app, and you just sort of gently color in pictures. And coloring actually has been proven to be really calming, especially if you're struggling with a lot of anxiety or kind of depressed feelings right now. It's a really nice escape. We also have yoga and puzzles and memes, and some people actually, and we're going to do a live program on this in the future, coworker Regina and Jane are both who are also librarians here, are both very into ASMR, which is a form of repeated sound and repeated image relaxation. And we do have some playlists for that as well. So if maybe the meditation and the sea sounds aren't your thing, this might be a direction that you might want to look into.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I like those. You were talking about masks, Rachel. I like the ones that go over your whole face, like you just like lay the sheet on your face, and they're kind of funny, but weird too. Like my friend gave me one that's a penguin face, so you could have fun with them as well because they have like different animals and characters and stuff like that, and you look kind of funny, but in the end, your face feels so nice. So I enjoy those a whole lot.
I've been trying out different ones, and some of the ones that are intended for relaxation are really great. There are also some that are just intended for skin health. So it's about knowing what you want, I think.
Yes, and I do want to do like a little disclaimer too. Everything that I talked about like really fast, like in like 15 minutes, know your skin and know what your skin can take and what your skin cannot take, because that's going to be a big thing too. Like I know that my skin is extremely sensitive, so I have to be very careful as to what I put on my skin, especially it's my face in general. The rest of my body, it can probably take anything, but my face, if there's something super fragrant that happens to touch my hands, that smell goes up to my face and then I break out. And then it's how do I get rid of this breakout? And I try to use very minimal things on my face and on my skin in general. I'm a very big believer of you take a shower and you moisturize head to toe to keep your skin from not being so dry. And it's just nice that you don't feel all dry and stuff outside of your hands because they're always washed all the time with soap and water. So, but yeah, just know your body, know your skin type before creating any of these things.
And if you're somebody that is struggling with depression, one of the things to watch right now, because we are in wintertime, is for SAD, which is seasonal affective disorder. And taking extra vitamin D or even getting a sun lamp can be a really big helper. I've heard sometimes that the Himalayan sea salt lamps are also something that people use to relax in terms of images as well. Cetaphil and CeraVe are very good for sensitive skin. Yes, I will agree with that. There's also a brand, I think, through Sephora called First Aid that is really nice for skin that breaks out very easily, which mine does. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And the sun lamps, they don't have to be super expensive. You can get very cheap ones as well, but it exposes you to that extra vitamin D, which right now is highly recommended, especially with our current cold and flu and other things season that's ongoing.
Yeah, and it's a time where a lot of people might be a little more prone to being anemic right now. Like my sister is, and she's finding that the vitamins that she's prescribed weren't working very well, but she did a little research and apparently she bought some beet pills that she says are working really well. I keep thinking I will go buy some beets and cook us some, but she says the beet pills, she's been taking them like a week, and she says they're working a lot better than the vitamins that she was prescribed from the doctor. So that's also a thing.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is all kind of, you have to figure out what works for you because, for some people, lots of different scents and sounds might be really overwhelming, but for other people, that's their spa environment. So it's going to take some trial and error to figure out where you stand, and also if it makes you break out.
Yes.
Okay, so any further Ah, Rachel E is saying, I started taking vitamins every day when she got pregnant, and she noticed a big difference in how she felt. So she continued taking vitamins every day. Yeah, I will agree with that. I was down sick last year and got prescribed some specific vitamins that I take, and it really does help on sort of that booster.
Yeah, I take elderflower, one of the elderflower vitamins. Or is that no? It's not elderflower. It's that new one that's purple. I take that every day. It's a gummy. And I'm like, let me see.
Yeah, elderflower is supposed to help with allergies a lot.
Elderberry, that's what it
Elderberry.
is. I take those. They have vitamin C and zinc in them.
C, D5, and zinc right now are being very hyped up because they're supposed to help your immune system, which, you know, keeping a strong immune really is important, along with keeping your mental health strong. And if you need free resources for mental health stuff, I'm a big mental health advocate, so just reach out to me and I'll see if I can't get you in contact with somebody or something, because I know that's really important sometimes, is having that
Yes.
secondary space to take
Yes,
care
I
of
would
your
say
mental health.
if you work here at the college, we always have the EAP that you can use. And from right now, from what I understand, any virtual therapies, most of them are free, at least for our insurance. So that's always there as well.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
drinking tea is very relaxing.
Yes.
I have to start doing that at night to help out.
I love a good cup of tea, as you guys found out last week. Leah and I both do. And hot tea is a really good thing for spa time. Also, we've been drinking an HEB hibiscus flower tea, which hibiscus and ginger and green tea are known for immunity, and also for if you are looking, because I know I've been into the sweets a little bit lately, they're known to help curb cravings for sweets, or for extra help with hydration. Tea is also very good with that, and so are a lot of herbal tisanes and that sort of thing. I don't know what the exact medicinal properties of a hot toddy are, but I've been told they are beneficial by people who are fans. Caffeine free, so that you don't get jittery, and being more relaxed without caffeine. Yeah, I would agree with that. A good hot cup of tea is always lovely. Dee is saying it's always good for her. Coffee actually has a fair amount of health benefits as well, in terms of vitamins and minerals that you can intake. Teas, honestly, even caffeine sometimes can have benefits, especially if you struggle with headaches a lot. Oddly enough, that is how I use caffeine. And ginger ale is for headaches and for stomach aches, because they have some of those properties, and they're a little easier to get than some of the things like a fresh ginger root, which I would have a bit more trouble finding.
I actually do the ginger. They have ginger chews that Win actually put
nice.
And Target, the Copperfield at Target actually sells them. So I really like those ginger chews. I take one every night just for like digestion and stuff too. But they're really good.
Rachel E is saying there are benefits to caffeine, but give yourself a cutoff time. Leah actually planted a ginger root. I hope it's growing very well.
Ooh, keep us posted on that one.
Yeah, please do keep us posted on your ginger root, and if you're into gardening or into growing your own herbs, or even just having plants around, that can be really relaxing for some people and really spa-like. And it also helps purify the air in your house. Certain plants do, like spider plants. So keep that in mind. And people grow their own herbs to mix their own essential oils. And I applaud them for all of the effort that they put in and how fabulous that must be. So if anybody has any further questions or comments or input, definitely appreciate it. We do appreciate you guys coming out and hanging
Thank you.
out with us today, and for putting in so much feedback about spa products that you guys use, because it's always really great to crowdsource and figure out, I beg your pardon, what everyone enjoys. And next week, we are going to have with us Rob Coyle, who is a history professor here. He's going to be talking about a study abroad trip to Europe that he and his students took, basically tracing the buildup to World War II. But he's going to be talking about a lot of the history and the food and the monuments and, how to kind of get a feel for travel abroad. And I know we're all kind of a little bit on lockdown right now, so the idea of taking a trip to Europe with Rob right now is something that seems really fun, so do please join us next week. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you guys so much, especially big, huge thank you to Diona West for her tutorial on spa products, and we will see you next week. Bye.